I'm here with Marcus Callender. Today is Tuesday, the 18th of October 2016, and we are recording Unit 2 Computer Systems.
Hi. The first thing I need to do with this computer is to plug in the RAM. RAM is temporary storage that the computer uses to move things around and transfer data faster, essentially. So to install the RAM, you have to put it this side into these yellow cream strips.
What does RAM stand for?
Random access memory.
And why do you put it in the yellow strips?
Because the yellow means it's primary RAM, whereas the black strips next to them are secondary RAM. So you put it in and then you push quite hard until you hear a click. Primary RAM is slightly faster than secondary RAM, but you can, I think, get more in secondary RAM or something like that, some kind of trade-off. So put the other one in exactly the same as before in the yellow socket, and then just push it down quite firmly until you hear a click at both ends. And that's secure now. The next thing we're going to do is to clean the computer. So to do this, you move it. Oh, this is heavy. Upright! So you don't put any liquid from this can into the computer. Take the lid off the can and then carefully, just very gently spray.
Why do you clean the computer?
To remove dust that could be clogging up the fans, clogging up ports that aren't being used, and yeah, keep everything working, because as dust clogs up the system, it can prevent components from working or stop the cooling, which would mean components would overheat and potentially catch fire, which is really bad. Do I need to put the thing back? No? Okay, the next thing we're going to do is to get it working. So we're going to plug the cables in. This is the power cable, which gives power to the machine so it can operate. Next, these two USB cables are connected to the mouse and keyboard that we're going to use to operate the computer. So these just plug in to any of the USB ports. And there's only one way they can go in, so you can't get it wrong. And finally, this is the DVI cable, which connects the computer to the monitor, so the monitor can display what the computer's doing. So just plug it in. If you do that, doesn't matter. Okay, now we're going to flip this power switch, which was turned off to stop me electrocuting myself when I was touching the RAM, and there's a power button around here that you press and that turns the computer on. You can see by the blue light that this is turned on and the green light's there, and we're starting to get things on the screen, which means that everything's connected, everything's working. So this will just take a little while to load up. So, yeah, this is just doing its thing and loading. Control, Alt and Delete at the same time. Password is 1234. Just simply. Now that we know the computer's working and everything's functional, the next thing we're going to do is to plug in this USB stick, which can just go to any of the ports in this computer, which are awkwardly around the side, but I can plug them in the back as well. All the USB ports do the same thing. No matter whereabouts on the computer they are, that one gives easier view. So we want to open folder to view the files to see what's on the USB stick. So we're going to create a new folder here called Unit 2, lovely, and you transfer the data from here into here. So what we can do is left click drag to select all the items, right click copy to make a copy of the data, select this, right click paste, which makes a copy of the data in here. We're then going to right click set as desktop background to make a slightly nicer background. Lovely. We now need to install the drivers for this Huron graphics tablet, which are conveniently in the documents we just transferred over. So to run this exe, you double click it. You can also press open up here or press enter when it's selected.
What are drivers?
Drivers allow two pieces of technology to communicate between each other. They allow the graphics tablet to tell the computer what it's doing. Without that, they wouldn't know what each other's doing. So they need the drivers as like a midway between them, essentially. And then just small pieces of software that allow them to communicate. So this is just installing all the files that it needs to. Everything's working. There we go. So that's installed, and now we're going to test it by plugging in the graphics tablet and seeing if it changes anything. To do this, again, just plug a USB anywhere into any of the USB slots that aren't being used.
What's a graphics tablet?
A graphics tablet is something, it controls movement, kind of like a mouse, but artists and creative people find it easier to do this when they're drawing and things. And so we can now see that this mouse can be controlled by, as well as the mouse, the graphics tablet. So if we get an application to properly test this out in what it'd be used, like Paint, we can then see that we can create, we can change things, we can undo, we can stop the pen from working, if that's what you feel like. And we can see that this all works just fine. It's controlling mouse movement, it's communicating properly, and everything's working.